Okay, here is my LCR meter. It's EXTECH, or whatever it's pronounced, LCR200. So I just want to show you how it is used. Obviously, you first attach your coil or your solenoid or whatever you're doing, and automatically goes into mode in which it controls everything. So you need to get out of that mode, and now you're in manual management. Okay, first this big display gives you the value of inductance, which is 4.576 millihenries, and it gives you secondary parameters, which are Q, ESR, phase angle, and D. So Q is 2.49, but important thing before we skip further on is that it has 4 frequencies. So you choose frequency here, but currently it starts from 1 kilohertz frequency. So we are at 1 kilohertz, and we have a Q of 2.49, and then you just press that button, gives you next secondary parameter, which is like equivalent series resistance, which is 1151, and another next secondary parameter is phase angle, 61.1 at 1 kilohertz, and last one is D, 0.4. So when you cycle through all the secondaries, you press frequency button, and now you're getting 10 kilohertz frequency. That's the next one. So you have 4 frequencies, 1 kilohertz, 10 kilohertz, and 100 kilohertz. But funny thing is that after that you get just 100 hertz without kilo. So again, here you could go cycle through secondary parameters. So ESR at 10 kilohertz is 55.1, and phase angle is 74.5, and D is that much. And now we go to 100 kilohertz, and you could see that impedance is falling as we are increasing frequency, which is like expected, and Q is 3.78, then ESR is that much, 386 ohm, and that's a phase angle, and that's D at 100 kilohertz, and we are back to Q. And if you press frequency once more, you get 100 hertz, and it's showing you Q is 0.566. Ohm is 6.0 ohms. We measured on a DMM same value, and phase angle is much smaller, 29.4, and D is 1.764, and back to Q. So that's how you measure all the values. If you want to see how backlight works, I'm going to switch the main light off. Okay, that's main light off, and that's backlight. So it's reasonably good with the backlight. It appears very bright green, but actually, in actual fact, it's a much darker green. So it's still very useful. So, okay, now I'm going to disassemble this and take the coil out, because I want to measure the length